Welcome to From Rock Bottom, the podcast where we explore real stories of struggle, survival, and strength. Each weekly episode features honest conversations with people who faced mental health battles, addiction, trauma, and life's darkest moments, and found a way to rise again. A quick content warning: some of the topics we discuss may be distressing or triggering. We talk openly about mental health, addiction, and other sensitive issues. Please listen with care, and if you need to, take a break or reach out for support. You're not alone, and this space is here to remind you of that.
Boom, and we are on. Today we're joined by Ben Butler. He's going to share his life story with us, from racism, extreme violence, neo-Nazis, to prison, and then ultimately redemption. Ben, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, mate. You?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for travelling here today.
Oh, no worries, bro.
Well, mate, what I like to do with everyone,
Yeah.
start from the beginning. Take me back to your childhood.
So, I don't know whether you know much about Shrewsbury. So, it's a predominantly white area. I was born in '86, and I grew up with a white side of the family. Never knew my dad. I didn't know him until I was probably in my mid-20s, early 20s. So growing up in Shrewsbury as a kid was hard. Racially abused in and out of school. Then I used to go home. My mum and a fella at the time used to beat the fuck out of, can I swear?
Yeah.
Yeah, used to beat the fuck out of each other. And I used to witness that daily. Used to sit at the bottom of the stairs and then just watch them beat each other up, and then the violence ended up turning on me. So I ended up having it on me. So not only was I getting bullied at like infant school, primary school, I then used to get hit at home by her fella and my mum.
No safety wherever you went.
No. So I used to run away from home quite a lot. I had social services involved for a little while. I was a children in need, which Craig, my social worker, told me. And then I went on to a Child Protection Act. I didn't get taken into care because back in the day, social services would just believe what the parent would say.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I never spoke. Anyway, so yeah, and in school, we didn't have a lot of money. I used to wear like just second-hand clothes from the second-hand shops. Like, so you remember when you went to school and that, you'd have like, if your mum took you to like a school shop, there could be like hand-me-down school sort of blazers and stuff like that. So that's where I used to go. And then I used to wear some crappy fucking shoes, and then I had lunchbox and stuff.
It just made the bullying worse.
Yeah. So I just used to go to. I was like a target to be bullied.
Yeah. Just going back to the start, so you was raised by your mum, white woman.
Yeah.
Why wasn't your dad on the picture at that point?
So this is something I've only recently been going through. There's a lot of controversy with my family, and I'm starting to I'm going through a process at the moment to find out whether who my parent, like my dad, is my dad. There's a lot of things that I have a lot of question marks over, but the dad who wasn't around, he was involved in like serious criminal activity. He was involved in doing stuff with women, getting them sold, selling heroin, crack, having flats all around Shropshire and West Midlands, and then getting people to do his dirty work, and if they didn't, then they'd face consequences like torture and that.
Do you know if him and your mum was a thing, or it was just a one-time thing?
I don't really know, to be fair. Like from what I don't believe anything that comes out of any of their mouths. So my mum said that they were sorted together, and then she found out a lot about him, and apparently he'd beaten her up when she was pregnant with me, booting him in the stomach and that. He's saying that it was like a fling, but then my sister is only like 10 months older than me, 10, 11 months older than me, and she's with a different mum. So dad, from what I gather, I was the secret child anyway. So my dad had another relationship over in Telford while seeing my mum.
So you're born, raised Shrewsbury, predominantly white area.
Yeah.
Tell me about the racial abuse.
Just the racial abuse was daily. Like it wasn't once a week or once every blue moon. It was every day someone would say something, and it would come from people on the streets, from teenagers, adults. Used to get spat at, used to get stones, beaten up.
What age do you think that started from?
From the age I can remember, I was probably about 8, 9 maybe, from what I can remember, but I'm guessing it would have happened before that. And then my auntie had told me that my mum, when they had a flat together, like people used to walk on the opposite side of the road because they'd seen my mum walking with a black kid, they'd spit at her.
Yeah, so your mum used to get just as much grief.
Yeah, they had like swastikas like spray painted and shit on the house and stuff like that.
How did it make you feel at the time? Because you're getting called these names and getting abused and attacked just for the colour of your skin. How do you understand now at that age?
Don't know, because I was getting beaten up at home as well. I didn't know, I just thought people didn't like me, but I didn't know why. And then my little brother never used to get hit, and it was just me, so I used to think maybe because I'm black, maybe that's why no one likes me. So
worked it out for yourself.
Yeah, so then I started like wanting to be white. So I used to get like soap and all that and like try and make myself white or like scrub my skin. I used to self-harm quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then just seeing if I'd turn white, because I thought that was the way I should be, because no one else was, because everyone didn't like me because of my colour.
Obviously, did you ever tell your mum you was being racially abused and stuff?
I don't think I told my mum pretty much anything. She probably would have guessed that I would have. She didn't like the people I was hanging around with, and she said they weren't good for you. And I'm not being funny, the bloke that I used to go around to his house had skins tattooed on his forehead, and he had a swastika on his hand. So, and she used to know that I used to go around to his house. So, it's pretty much obvious.
Yeah. I'm just curious, like you being racially abused at such a young age, like.
Yeah.
Did your mum ever support you and go like, "Don't worry, Ben"? Like.
No, never had support off her. I don't know whether she knew how to deal with it though.
To you being at that young age, if it's not being corrected by your mum, it's right.
Yeah, I never had any, like, she would never go into any of the schools. Like, I'd never sit down with the teachers. She'd never sit down with the teachers and say, this has happened to Ben. But I never used to tell anyone either. It just used to happen at school or outside school, and I just used to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
So I never used to go home and start, like, ratting people out. I used to just deal with it and let it happen. And then, but yeah, like I said, the bloke's house that we were going to, he's got fucking massive print of skins tattooed on his forehead, and my mum knew I was going round to his house, so I'm sure she knew
that stuff he was involved in.
Yeah.
Did you have any friends in school?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I can remember Damien was one friend. That was from Sutton, Holy Cross, and then in primary school I had a couple of mates, lad from Liverpool and that. But I was a bit of a geek. Do you know what I mean? Like, I used to go around to my mate Jack's house and we'd play Football Manager together and we'd have sleepovers and stuff like that. And we'd get, remember the matchbooks, the stickers with the football players?
Matchsticks.
Yeah. So we used to get that, and then we used to put the stickers on the football players, and then every Saturday we'd get the Match magazine, and like we'd read like the bits of like if Roy Keane or fucking Stan Collymore.
Yeah, the bios and
everything. Yeah. So that, and then we used to make dens and stuff. Like, I just always wanted to be away from everyone else. So Jack was like a very close friend of mine. So me and him together, it was like he was my rock.
Yeah.
Whether he knew it or not, like
The only person not judging you.
yeah, because like when I used to run away from home and that, like I used to hate it when he wasn't at home. Like I used to knock on his door and like no one would be there, and then I used to wander the streets for ages because I had no one else to sort of play with,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to play with anyone else because I was worried what they were gonna say or do. So I used to just wait. I used to literally wait around the streets until I see his mum turn up in the car, and then I used to run over to his house, and then do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then just stay there out the way.
Yeah.
You behave well in school?
Yeah, up until like year 8. I think year 8 was like the turning point.
Yeah.
Year 8, year 9.
So looking back at your home life, at what point did that take a turn for you?
What, when I'd sort of flip the lid?
No, when obviously you said you was a victim of obviously domestic abuse yourself.
Yeah.
When did that come into play?
Well, I only found this out, I've said it in previous podcasts. I can remember the abuse happening like at 9, 10, 11, but my Auntie Ali was telling me that it was the age of 8 that she had been to the house, and Mum and her fella were beating each other up, and she'd come running upstairs, and I was curled up in a ball and I'd pissed the bed, and I was shaking because I was worried that he was going to run in and batter me. So what she did is she picked me up and then took me in the car. She didn't say anything to him. She just walked straight downstairs with me and took me in the car, and then I stayed with her for a bit. So she said from the age of 8.
Yeah, you've been exposed to it, and then.
But then I was very sexually active as well at 8 and 9. Something that I'm not even going to go into because I haven't gone into it. But it's affected me in adult life in terms of relationships, in terms of having promiscuous sides to myself. Do you know what I mean? So like, I was like looking under girls' skirts and all that at school, at primary school. Do you know what I mean? At the age of 8, and then.
Where do you think you picked that up from?
I don't know. When I spoke to my counsellor, I was having transactional analysis therapy, and I said, like, me and some of the kids, there'd be one other lad, we'd like drop our pencils under the table and then look under the girls' skirts, and I used to walk home with this girl, and then I used to like go into the bush with her and cuddle her and stuff like that. And he said your brain shouldn't be thinking things like that until you're a teenager, and because your brain doesn't know what your brain doesn't think like that.
Yeah.
And then obviously when my auntie said that the abuse started from the age of 8, I don't know. Maybe connected, but I don't want to put too much onto it because I don't know facts. And when I went to go to sort of access therapy regarding sexual abuse and that, because I can't say it's any of them parents, it could have been a kid, it could have been anyone, but because my brain's that fragmented, I can't, unless I've blocked it out, I don't know. But I do remember a certain few things that happened when I was a kid, but I don't talk about it.
Yeah, of course. What was the abuse like from your stepdad?
Do you know?
Like, was it a progressive thing, or was it straight to 100 immediately?
I think it was, I can't remember, because he used to just punch fuck out of me and then kick me, and so I know I'm like I was sniggering a bit then, because it became a game to me after a while. I used to like getting battered by him because I just used to like feeling pain. I just wanted to feel it after a while. And then he shit himself one day because I had my head against like a wall like this in my bedroom, and he just had my head, and he just smacked my head, just kept bouncing off the wall, and I just looked at him and started smiling, and then he fucking went white as a ghost, and then he ran downstairs, and I went straight into the kitchen, pulled the kitchen knife out, and it was like Tom and fucking Jerry.
Yeah.
Running around the house, and then he went into the bedroom, and as soon as he shut the door, the knife went straight through. Probably missed his head by about half an inch, I think.
Was that where it always was, or was that just the end of it?
No, that was all. It's all. No, that was like the moment where I switched, and I think I was about 12 or 13 then, and then that's when I first used the knife on him, but the knife didn't go penetrate his body.
Yeah.
Because the end of the knife was broken because I used to cut resin up remember resin like that.
Yeah.
So I burnt the fucking end of it, so it snapped the end of it. So when I tried stabbing him, it went through his jumper but didn't penetrate his skin, and then I got nipped for an assault on him then. But
how did that turn out?
The police turned up. That was my first sort of brush with the law, and then I got caught a week later with another knife.
How did the police even get involved in that incident?
I think the police. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know whether he rang the police on me, because I've got these acro. So I got a lot of stuff from police when I was arrested, like fucking pages about thick, and I think he rang the police, but I fucked off out the house and I got arrested later on. But they didn't. Yeah, I think it was a reprimand at the time. And then they told me about carrying a knife, and then literally a week later, I got caught fucking with a knife. About a week later, I got caught with a knife again.
How does it make you feel now, looking back at it, that social services was getting involved and people was being made aware, but they actually did nothing? Yeah,
I know. Craig, who I speak to, he feels really gutted about it. Like, he's upset because he knew that there was a lot. He knew what was going on. He told me yesterday or the day before that my head teacher had concerns as well, and they couldn't do anything. My head teacher even spoke to my social worker at the time. I'm not going to say his name, but he's still there now, but he raised concerns that stuff was going on and he's worried about me. But because of my parents at the time wouldn't say anything, or didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything, they couldn't do anything.
Just left alone.
Yeah.
It's quite sad looking back at it, because it could have worsened, and you're always reading nowadays in the papers when it's been taken too far and a little child's been killed.
That's why I think I'm really protective of my kids.
Yeah, of course.
Very overprotective. Like, I always have to make sure, like, out of anything, as long as my children are alright, I don't give a shit about anything else.
Yeah.
So that I think that's the benefit of the abuse that I got, was the fact that I've become more overly protective of my own children.
Yeah. Shaped you to something the complete opposite.
Yeah. Obviously, as we go into it, like, it didn't help me through my teenage lives, because obviously I turned into a violent person. But obviously later in life, it's made me want to protect my children.
Yeah. Looking back at the abuse, do you ever think at any times, like, this is getting taken too far now, like you're going to end up dead yourself?
No, I don't care. I don't think.
Mm.
I wanted to kill, and my stepdad. I wanted to kill him, and I don't think I would have cared if I was killed myself. I think I got to the point of not giving a shit. Like, after the beatings, like, you're talking about 8-9 years of it. Do you know what I mean? Of getting fucking your head kicked in, and this is not even outside. This is in your own home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then you can imagine me getting shit outside as well. So I just become desensitized to any sort of
violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's understandable, I suppose, if your home's meant to be your safe place.
And it wasn't.
Yeah.
I think my safe place was my nan and granddad's, and that's where, like, I was never settled. You would never be able to find me in one place. I would be somewhere. But when I was at my nan and granddad's, that was my safe place. And when they passed away, like, I lost everything again. Do you know what I mean? Because they were protecting me. So yeah, it was. Wherever I went, I was always worried that fucking I was going to get into some sort of altercation.
Going back to the racism, you said you used to scrub your skin.
Yeah.
Make you whiter.
Yeah.
Do you think that would have changed everything, just being white?
Possibly. Maybe at the time, I don't I'm happy. I'm very settled within my skin now. Even though there's a lot of shit going on. I don't like talking about politics.
Yeah.
But a lot of shit going on in the world. So it's not a safe time to be anyone of colour again.
Yeah.
I feel like anything. Yeah, I'm settled within it, but still don't feel 100% safe.
Yeah. And do you think, like, at that time, like, you scrubbing yourself, and you said you were self-harming as well?
Yeah.
Like, was you...
You can see some of them there still, can you? Yeah.
Yeah, so you're cutting yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was that doing for you?
Don't know. I actually didn't know what I was doing it for, because I wasn't telling anyone. I wasn't going, oh, look at this.
How old was you when you was doing that?
Young, 10, 11.
Like, in my head, like, a 10-year-old shouldn't be knowing how to do that.
No. Yeah. I probably just wanted to die, really. I just didn't, I didn't feel like, I just didn't feel like I had anyone that loved me. Do you know what I mean? So, that's probably why I just didn't know a way out, I don't think. And I think it's affected me in my adult life as well, because I've had times where I've like tried hanging myself. Person there, she caught me hanging in the living room, and she had to get me down. I didn't even call for help. Overdoses and that. So yeah, it's a struggle. I've put a fucking kitchen knife through my leg, so this leg here got a scar about that big, and I can't walk properly on it. I've had to have, you know, them little stickers that you get put on your leg to see whether your legs are all like. So this leg works fine, but this leg's slower because obviously it's done some damage.
Yeah.
But I put a lot of good into the world, so I try and do a lot for the communities, and also I do, like, we'll talk after, like, my book, and got the trailer for my documentary and stuff like that. So it's all the shit that's happened. It's all turned out in my favour because I'm sort of prospering from trauma.
Yeah, it shaped you and you're using it in favour.
Yeah.
Looking back at them times, did your mum ever try and protect you?
Don't know whether she did or not. I don't know. We don't speak. Last time I spoke to her once in about 6-7 years. She probably did. She probably did when she took me away from him, my dad, protected me because I was a baby. But when she used to come in from work, she used to work away. Me and him had already been fighting, and then she'd come in from work. It used to be, but even though she used to hit me as well, not as much as him. It used to be a bit of a breath of fresh air that she'd come in, because I felt like I had some sort of support. But I don't know why I used to fucking tell myself it, because by the time she had a few glasses of wine, and then he would tell her about what I've done or what, like, and I just didn't fucking say anything anyway. She'd turn on me then, or they'd turn on each other. So it's like there was some sort of hope there, but it didn't last. Didn't last, no.
Yeah. So you're a black lad, white area, in a white household, beaten up at home, beaten up on the streets, beaten up in school, abused. Would you say you hated yourself?
Yeah, very much. Yeah. Sometimes I've gone through that same motion even in adult life.
Yeah. I
think COVID was when I was really sort of affected. Thinking of self-loathing and hating myself. I think that's why I get tattoos. They say that's a self-harm.
Self-harm, yeah.
Yeah. And I love getting tattoos. And that's my way of getting my anger and pain out by just getting tattoos.
I completely agree with you. Yeah. We're a couple.
Only a few, like.
Yeah. So, you're a teenager now, you're starting to get a bit rebellious.
Yeah.
Standing up for yourself a bit against your stepdad.
Yeah.
Go from there.
Drugs were introduced.
What drugs?
Weed at first, cannabis, resin. I was smoking shitloads. I was smoking a quarter a day. So my dealer, who ended up becoming, I had 2 or 3 dealers, ended up saying, well, fucking start selling it. Do you know what I mean?
How old was you at this point?
About 10, 11.
What got you into the weed?
I don't know what got me into it, but I know, like, when. I know, like, it was a bloke with the skins tattooed on his forehead. He was a grown-ass bloke, and I'd ask kids around his house. People might say it's a bit weird, and it is weird because, like, that's the first time I've seen a kid gouching out from heroin as well, and it was his daughter. But I used to go there, another safe place. I used to go there, smoke weed, and that was my place of happiness.
How did he come onto the scene, him?
Can't remember. I think one of my mates introduced me to him because he used to get the weed off him in Cotonelle, and then he just sort of introduced me to him that way. And then I just used to go around every day. If I didn't go to school, I was at his house. Half the time I wasn't at school, but that's where I'd be. And then I'd go and start hanging around at the bus stops, and then go into Herringate, and then start. I had another dealer there, and then they just used to shot into me, and then I used to take it into school. It used to be like the little £5 bits of resin at the time, and then the squidgy black. And I used to sell about ½ ounce a week, and then it just started growing a bit, an ounce. And then pills and coke were introduced, and that was like when I was about 14, 15. And then I just started selling that, and then started selling a bit of crack fucking in like 18, 19, 20, 21, that time, at that age.
You probably spent about 10 years.
Dealing.
Yeah, 8, 10 years dealing.
Yeah. So from the day I went to from the day I was going into the football, so that's 14, 15, so that's 2001 to 2013, 12, 13, yeah, so about 12, 13 years. I was a shit drug dealer. Shit drug dealer. I'd have all the flashy clothes and all that. My granddad, I'd buy him Air Max 95s, he's like this fucking old bloke pottering around in his garden, and I'd be like, Granddaddy, I've got you another pair of trainers here. And he's like, Ben, where are you getting all these trainers from? I'm like, don't worry. But yeah, I was a shit drug dealer, I always say that.
How did it make you feel, drug dealing now?
Because
surely you get a bit of respect being a drug dealer as well.
Yeah, I think I got more respect with my aggression more than I did with the drug dealing. I think that just added a bit more sort of substance to it. Do you know what I mean? And funny enough, not a lot. Like, even though I sold a fair bit of coke, not a lot of people fucking trusted a black man selling coke, even though they'll go to a white fucking dealer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So you imagine going to a racist place and there's a black drug dealer. They're like, no, I'd rather go to the white one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So this guy who was knocking about with Mr. Skins, was he just a look, or was it a real deal? What was his views?
Well, he's from Scotland. He's Glaswegian, Protestant. Didn't really talk too much about it. I had a black dog called Benji, which was funny. But he was just a massive... That's the first time I've seen someone inject themselves with cocaine and speed, because you can do it, you can liquidise it.
Yeah.
So that was the first time I'd seen him do it, because he never used to sniff. He used to like inject himself with it. But he was an old school Glaswegian bloke, tattoos like us all over his face and arms and hands, and I just used to look at his swastikas and used to see the skins tattooed on his head, and I probably did speak to him about it, but he's fucking deaf as well, so it was really hard to speak to him.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like you said, he's got swastikas on him, and obviously swastikas, Nazis, white power, white supremacy, and now he's getting a young black lad in his house and showing him the ropes.
Yeah. I think he took a shine to me. And it's funny because when I tell you about being in the English border front, a lot of the white lads were going to BNP meetings, National Front meetings, but they just took a shine to me. One, I could handle my shit. And secondly, I think they were probably interested in me more than I was interested in them.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I was probably used quite a lot because of being desensitised to stuff. I wouldn't care if I'd used a knife, a bat, or anything. Some CS gas, something's getting used on you.
Yeah. So seeing him with his swastikas, that was your first glimpse into it all.
Yeah.
Then did the neo-Nazis and the football go
hand in hand?
Yeah, together. Was that the same time? Or?
Yeah, it was around the same time. I can remember it being a summertime.
So how old was you?
About 14, 15. Yeah. It was the summertime, and it was fucking lovely summer because I can remember. And I had this bloody afro, like and then I got hot rocks all in my bloody trackies and that, and they were always hanging around the bus stop where I lived, so they knew that I had a bit of a reputation, and they just walked past me, and he was my mate from school anyway, but I was always envious of him because he was a tall lad, fucking all the birds liked him, and he had the Rockports and shit like that. And he goes, Butler, look at the fucking state of you. Like, he goes, come on, you come with us. And that was it. He shaved my hair, gave me a Paul and Sharp jumper, spare pair of fucking Rockports that were 2 sizes too big for me. And that was it then. It was Telford, shoes with Telford that day, I think. Yeah,
so it was neo-Nazi group going to the football.
Yeah, that's
basically what it was.
We were the under fives, so we didn't. I don't think it was the under fives, but I don't think they knew because we were just a group of lads from the States. The older lads, the men, they were the ones that were going into these meetings with Nick Griffin and fucking National Front meetings and shit like that. So we were just a bunch of 50 youth, bunch of 50, 60 lads from different estates all merged into one, going to the fucking pub. And then we used to have our meetings on a Wednesday, like a fucking mafia meeting.
Did you know, so you see your pal, you know, he's got the Rockports on, the shaved head. Did you know anything about what they are and what they're about?
No, I didn't really, but my mum told me. She was like, what the fuck are you doing? It's knocking around with them, they're racist, they don't like you. They're using you. But funny enough, she was the one that was battering me. So like I couldn't believe, like when someone's telling you that, and these lads there
throwing their arm around you,
throwing their arm around me and helping me and making me feeling a part of something. And she's battering fuck out of me with her fella, and then she's telling me that they're the bad ones. Of course. That's not how I was looking at it.
Why did they welcome you in?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I was an head case. That's all it was. I looked after quite a few of the older under fives lads. When they got into a lot of shit, I had to go do a few things for them. Not for them, but I did it out of love and respect for them.
Yeah.
And then my reputation just grew then, and when I still had the shit with other estates, they knew that I was game anyway. So that's when I first stabbed someone in Sundawn or slashed him, and then the barbecue screw a few someone's arm and that, and then it was relentless then.
How was it doing the acts of violence for you?
The max violence?
The acts of violence, how was that for you? Like, how did you feel?
Nothing. Didn't have anything. I didn't feel anything. I didn't, there was no emotion to it. I think when you use emotion into hurting someone, that's where you fuck up.
Yeah, you stop.
Yeah. So I didn't, I just carried on. There was an incident where my stepdad apparently had a hammer in his head, and I got done for a Section 18, but it got dropped. And then I was on like 2 or 3 Section 18s. They all got dropped. One went to Crown Court, but got dropped at Crown Court. And then obviously I'd done jail and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I think when I went to Stoke Heath, the lads in prison were like, what? Because I bumped into a lot of Wrexham football hooligan lads there. So we've become quite close. Obviously, when we get out of jail, it's a completely different story because you're different. Your rival football firms. But then I mixed with a lot of black lads, and still to this day, just sent one of them their daughter a birthday present. She was born, so it wasn't a birthday present. So we still keep in touch. Some of these are ex-gang members and that. But they were fucking so intrigued with me because they just seen this black lad who was bald head who hated black people.
Yeah.
And they wanted to know more about me. But what they did is they educated me and looked after me. So again, people might say some of these lot, which they have been involved in like shootings and stuff like that. They looked after me and protected me, and still two of them we're still, well, one's in prison now, got 10 years I think, but we still speak, all three of us, we speak most days.
Yeah.
And we just looked after each other, but they were more interested in my stories than I was intrigued about them. But they just educated me on my heritage and stuff, and looked at and put like an arm around me. But then I come out of jail with more sort of being criminally exposed again.
Yeah, more connections.
Yeah.
So swinging it back round to the neo-Nazis, did any of the older lads, or the grown men, involved ever go, what are you doing with this black lad boys?
Yeah. I had the off with a fair few of the old.
Because you're going to have your proper, really strong, passionate racists.
Yeah. There was a few, and I had the off with a couple of them. Slept with one of them's ex-wife, just to let them know. Us under fives. The thing is, us under fives, they wouldn't have worked as a firm if it wasn't for us. So they didn't really have a leg to stand on. So when there's 50, 60 of us young lads, and all of us are involved in some sort of criminal activity, because we were just coming to the football, we had other things that we were doing outside of that. Some of the lads having connections in Liverpool and stuff. Do you get what I mean?
So your drug dealing.
Yeah. So these older football lads, they're old school. We're like the new generation of football lads. So when there's 50, 60 of us lot, and only about 20, 30 of them, like, we make the numbers.
Yeah.
So there was not a chance in hell that if anyone said anything to me, that when we start growing a reputation, that's when we all stood firm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like we ended up becoming the EBF. Like we weren't the under fives. We had three pubs. So like we'd like on a Friday or Saturday night, there'd be 20, there's probably 70 lads altogether, 70, 80 really. We'd have one pub, Masonic, some were up there, some lads are in the Castle, some lads are in the Seven Stars, and some lads are in the Rock. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had like pubs literally scattered around Shrewsbury where we'd all be.
So obviously people see stuff on telly, and see a lot of people, neo-Nazis, it is white supremacy.
Yeah.
You was obviously very confused within yourself, the racial abuse when you were younger, obviously being from a white area as well, you ain't going to know any difference. What was the activities of the neo-Nazis like? What kind of stuff did you all get up to outside the football?
Well, they wouldn't let me go to the. I always wanted to go to a BNP meeting, and they fucking just wouldn't let me.
Step too far.
They were like, "No, you're not going." Yeah, pushing the boat here, mate. Excuse the pun. But like, they just. I had the BNP cards. I'd go and hand them out, and my mates were like, "Fucking, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
So like, but I would be getting arrested. I drew a massive like swastika in the police station. The police were even confused, like, but they knew that there was stuff going on at home. So, yeah, and then I got nicked for a few racially aggravated assaults, racially aggravated ABHs. I just wanted to prove that I was white, but I wasn't. I was black.
Yeah.
But yeah, they would go to these meetings. A few of the younger lads would go with some of the older lot to the meetings, the BNP meetings and the National Front ones, and I'd always be like, "Oh, what happened?" Like, like I was always, they were just like, "Butler, just fucking leave it." Like,
was there no points then when you ain't allowed to go to these meetings? Like you're doing racially aggravated assaults and all that.
yeah,
You're carrying yourself as a white man. Like, do you know what I mean? Swastikas and all that, and then you ain't allowed to these meetings. Is that not? Or actually, perhaps.
Yeah, I think it was especially when I got remanded in Stokeheath. I think that was, and mixing with my people, as I call them, my brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've felt like fucking hell. I've just been mugged off again, and I've been mugging myself off. So then I come out of jail even angrier than I did before because I was pro-black then.
Yeah.
So I come out, got
one extreme to the other.
Yeah, I come out, had a massive Black Panther tattoo all the way down here, and then took my top off, went into the football pub, and then I started going to the football again, but as the complete opposite. As myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your views at the time?
In terms of,
like she said, you got done for racial aggravated assaults and all that. What was your views on minorities? And
I just didn't like anyone. I didn't think I liked anyone of any colour, or even if they were white. I hated everyone. I hated everything. I didn't trust anything, and I didn't trust anyone. So my views were very confused. Very confused. It like when I come out of jail, it really like had a massive effect on.
Did you feel stupid?
No.
No.
How can I feel stupid if I didn't know what I was anyway?
That's what I mean. Like, cause they're obviously chanting about and preaching white supremacy, and if that ever did come to the forefront, that's something obviously you won't be a part of.
Yeah. But then I look at them as they're the thick ones as well because they're hanging around with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Which is more wild.
Yeah, and then they would buy me drinks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they'd shake my hand and say, "Fucking fair play for doing that, Butler." Do you know what I mean?
And no doubt they'd probably abuse other black people to sin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I was one out of. There's another black lad who started going to the football very later on. But that was like. It was like it was like turning into a new age of a football firm. Like there was still the English Waterfront is still really classed as a right wing firm, but there's like you got different lads from different backgrounds, Romanian lads, like younger lads and all that. So it's like it was a new era of football lads. So that was sort of when I come out of jail, especially I'd come out speaking patois. Yeah, none of my mates fucking understood a word that I was saying because I just was mixing with all the black gangs and all that. And then I was still going to the football, but come to the football with a very different mentality, more of a, like, I'm going to fucking run this shit with the lads now. Do you know what I mean?
So just going back to prison, so during the neo-Nazis, you're shaving your heads, getting done for racially aggravated assault, Section 18s, catches up with you. How old are you when you go to prison?
16. I left school about 4 or 5 weeks, I think.
So then you go to prison, obviously. In prison, the white man is the minority.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a lot of Asian lads, black lads. The white man is the minority in there.
It wasn't, when I was on remand, there was more white lads.
Okay.
On remand, but when I went into when I got sentenced, when I was put in A wing, there was like the minority were white.
Yeah. So you going in there, would you be like, I'm going to stick with the white boys, or?
Well, I had a code A. There was 10 of us. There was.
So you're all going to be banged up.
Yeah. So they were all older than me by like 1 or 2, but the one actually. But he was like a year or 2 older than me, but we were still like he was 17, I think, 17 turning 18, So he was still in the young offenders. So we didn't go into YOIs.
Yeah.
So me and him were Cody. So I just stuck. Through my remand, I stuck with him, and then we met different. I met one of my closest mates in there, but he was a white lad from Widnes. So I just stuck with him, and got into a few like fights and all that. I had to make a name, because Shrewsbury, these lads are coming from cities. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we come from a town, so you have to make.
Yeah, it's not over to you know.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So when I got remanded, I come back out. I got judge in chambers for like 3 months. So judge in chambers is like, I don't know whether they do it now. So I got remanded for like 3-4 months. Got out for 3 months and then got sentenced for that, the thing. But then within that 3-4 months, I got done for a section 18 with wounding and then a fray for Hereford. So I was looking at a long time.
Yeah, big time.
But luckily they got dropped. But when I got back in, there were still lads that were in remand that got put into the wings. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd only been out 3 months and I was back in, so I was already settled. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, as soon as you went back, the same lads are still there.
Same lads are still there. So I got in there, and then I just met some different kinds of lads, and one is like my best mate. He's like my brother.
How long did you serve?
I've done just over. I've done 42 months, so half of that.
Yeah, it's 2 years pretty much.
2 years, yeah. Mm.
How long did it take you to transition? Do you know what I mean, from the white supremacy, the neo-Nazis, to actually the black lives are actually alright?
I don't think it took me long, because the black lads that I was hanging around with run the jail, so I don't think I had a choice. I had a choice, no. They were just teaching me the ways.
What was the turning point for you to realise, like, this is nonsense?
Them telling me, and like even the Wrexham football lads were like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And they're like white lads, but they were like trying to explain to me, like, but I was trying to explain to them, but I'm on my own. Yeah, so like it's all right for you lot because you fucking stick with numbers.
Yeah.
I'm the only black lad on my own. If I had a fucking group of black lads with me, then it'd be a different story, but it's just me on my own, so you don't know where you stand, so you just have to fucking fit in somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's how it was. I just had to fit in, and I'd rather fit in with people that have got a reputation rather than someone that's going to get fucking bullied every day.
Yeah, of course, because you've been through that.
Yeah, and I didn't want to go through that again.
No, it's understandable, and you're a victim of your environment.
Basically, yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
How was prison itself, though, for you?
I say this all the time, I enjoyed it, I did.
What year was this?
2-3, 205.
Okay.
Like, Jan, Feb, I come out 2-5. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Like, there was the first few weeks, obviously you have to sort of get settled in. I didn't care when I got sentenced because I'd already been, so I'd gone through that stage of fucking crying in the cell.
Yeah.
And trying to hold firm, do you know what I mean? But when I got sentenced, I was like, well, I know the lads are in there, I'm sound, I'm well respected, well looked after, and I didn't have a problem at all. Obviously I got involved in some, like I got done a week before I got let out of jail, a few of us, a lad had called me a black bastard from Wolves, and me and a few lads done a lot of damage to him. He had like fractured eye socket, rewired jaw and stuff.
Would you have took offence to that before prison?
That's why I laughed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did then.
I was trying to work out if before prison someone would have called you a black bastard. Is it because you don't want to be identified as black, or
I don't
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if that was told to me as a kid, I probably would have cried. And as when I got into the football and all that, it would have probably generated me to. I don't know. I really don't know. but I knew when he called me it,
You didn't like it.
I hated it. Yeah. And yeah, so we got a letter underneath when I got put down the block. Got a letter saying that I was awaiting
Nick adjudication.
yeah, awaiting another charge, but he was basically told you're not grassing.
Yeah.
So he didn't. So luckily I got out. Otherwise I would have had an extra couple of years onto my sentence.
So you're in prison.
Yeah.
You're mixing with the black lads there, letting you know about your culture, your heritage, and how you should love yourself as a black man, embrace being black.
Yeah.
You're not white, you're never going to be white.
Yeah.
Your views change, you agree with them, you get out of prison, but you go straight back to the same crowd. Or with a different mindset.
Went back to the same crowd with a different mindset, but one of them's there, he sat there, one of them, like we there's a lot of close, I was closer with a different kind of lads, because like if you think about it, if there's 60, 70 football lads, there's all types of different states, so I sort of stuck with the main heads, but I just come with a different mindset where like it was like I was like, even though I was doing everything I was doing before, I come with a really like a different behavioural mindset as well, where I didn't let people walk all over me and say fucking things to me, because I'd get a slap.
Yeah.
So if they made racist things, then like I'd be kicking off. Do you know what I mean? Even if I was on my own, like it was like I had that mindset that I needed to protect my colour.
So the neo-Nazi stuff for you completely fell off, but you were still with the boys for the football.
Yeah. And I changed a lot of their mindsets. Like I still speak to them. Like a lot of the lads that we hung around with, it's really hard to explain. So like there was a lot of lads who hated like the racism. They hated it. They're just there for the laugh, for the football, for the crack. Do you know what I mean? Doing our things on the Saturday night, go out on the piss. Do you know what I mean? Go to the football and then go and sell our drugs at the weekends. Go and fucking meet a bird. Do you know what I mean? Go to house parties.
How easy would it have been for people to get out of it? So I mean, if someone goes, I've had enough, boys, I'm done.
Yeah, it's not like the fucking mafia. Like I just walked out. I had one last game against Dagenham and Redbridge.
You called it.
I had the off, knocked a bloke out, and then I fucking called it. That was the day. That was it for me.
A few weeks ago, his episode comes out this Friday. I was speaking to an ex-professional boxer, Ryan Whitehead.
Yeah.
He started with Telford Firm, then he went to Wolves, then he was with the Zulus. It was bizarre how he ended up from one to the other, being arch rivals.
I spoke to Ryan a few times.
Well, he said like when he wanted out, he went for a meal with his family to the pub, and there was turning up where he was, and he was fighting in the pub with them because there just wouldn't let him out.
Yeah, but Shrewsbury wasn't like Shrewsbury had a massive reputation, slowly digressed over the years due to cameras and fucking idiots trying to run it.
A few run-ins with Walsall as well.
Yeah.
A few run-ins with Walsall. Smart neck of the woods, Walsall.
Yeah, there's one there. I didn't go to the Walsall because there was a twat in a yellow Stone Island jacket that embarrassed us. But I think when I got out, I moved to more of street. I moved from the football to more street stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like more street level. Like just, I was always at house parties. I'd be going to, instead of going to the football at the weekend, there'd be me and a few lads dealing coke to like going to girls' houses and sort of sorting the sniff out, and then sort of the football
just transformed to more money orientated.
More money orientated, yeah.
Was it easy though to knock the footballing out on the head with them lot?
No, because I told you that my last game was 2013, but I did go to Shrewsbury Birmingham last year. But that's I made sure I didn't make sure I missed the off, but I missed it. But I just wanted to say hello to the lads again, and having that feeling of like fucking hell. I had my own table with the lads, and the younger lads are coming up to me like, Butler, do you want a drink? Do you fucking hell? I didn't put my hand in my pocket. Yeah. So but I can dip my toe in and dip out. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't involved in it. because of obviously what I do.
How did it make you feel though, all these years moving forwards, but you're out of it and you've changed your life, and there's still some lads still involved, still doing the same old graft and drugs and fighting and...
I had this conversation yesterday. Like, there's 45-year-old blokes that bring in 15-year-olds to the football. One, that's child exploitation. If you put it into criminal terms. And I look at them as like little pedos, like little pedos that are trying to groom kids.
Yeah, because that's what it is. You're not grooming them for sexual gratification, grooming them for violence.
Yeah, exactly. And I just find it odd. I find it odd because I wouldn't do that. But
yeah.
But then it makes me think, fucking hell, that's what happened to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah.
But I think it's because they prey on like the 15, 14-year-old lads who are lost.
Yeah.
They ain't got a stable home.
No.
They're looking for the father figure. They're looking for the big brother.
Yeah, but I think the lad. When I say this, the lads that got me into it all were all kids from broken homes as well.
Yeah.
So they probably didn't know what they were doing themselves. They just
looking for that family.
For that family, and we had a very big family. And unfortunately, we've lost a lot of lads through drug dealing, through drugs overdoses, through suicides, through murder. Lost my best mate through epilepsy. So, yeah, it was a very. When we were younger, it was the best times. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never get them days back or weekends back or whatever. Yeah. But like as you now, like I'm 38. I look back at it and I think I've lost probably about 15, 16 mates through death. Some of them, like the lads that were getting us going to the football, they're forcing them to sell drugs, and then they're not making their fucking money, so they're forcing other drugs onto them to sell.
Yeah. And
then they get a crack or heroin addiction, and then they end up fucking overdosing or committing suicide.
Stuck in that circle.
Yeah. So I think. I slowly started hating them, and I didn't want to hate some of them because, like, I knew that they did quite a bit for me.
Yeah.
But I just was getting that. I was getting angry and I was getting resentful, and I just didn't want to. I didn't want my twins to be a part of it. Like, I just went to their baptism yesterday. Like, they're humble boys, do really well at school. They don't swear. They're not in relationships, like they haven't got a boyfriend or girlfriend, they just box.
Yeah.
Been boxing since their age of 6. Do really well at school, and I look at them and see how proud I am of them and wish that could have been me. But I'm just happy that my kids aren't going down that same route.
Yeah, you can steer them from learned experiences.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So just turning the clock back a bit now, so out of prison, you're back in the football with the same boys, but your mindset's changed. Like, yeah, I am that black man.
Yeah,
and you're owning it, you're embracing it, but then you see it for what it really is. Move away from it.
Yeah.
More into the drug dealing, getting deeper.
Yeah. And then,
how was your mental health at the time of all this?
Didn't even know what that was.
Was you just all over the gaff, or was you just
all over the gaff? Yeah, I did not know. I didn't know. We didn't know anything about mental health then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, I just fucking my head was just. I was on steroids. I was on steroids. Yeah, and I was sniffing coke. So that's not a very good.
Yeah.
Sort of concoction. They always used to call me the chipmunk. Yeah, because my face was out there and I was walking around.
Yeah.
Like that, and then I'm fucking sniffing loads of coke, and then just like I don't think anyone. I think people were just very wary of me because I had that switch,
extreme violence,
that switch, and you never knew when it was coming. Like I remember walking into one of my mates out. He's dead now, unfortunately. Really close friend of mine. Walked into his house, and his mate just said something. So I just fucking like one little thing, and because I could little things of when I was a kid or before I went to jail, I always had that remembering who people were when they had said something.
Yeah.
So he had just said something, and I just fucking wiped the floor, wiped him all around the kitchen, and then I just dragged him out the house and then just left him there. So there with any little switch, and I just wanted to get everyone back in my own little way of who sort of tried having it with me like when I was a kid to try and bully me. Do you know what I mean? So they all, certainly the majority of them, paid the price for it.
So after prison, in reality, your violence has worsened.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What's the worst thing you did?
I stabbed someone. I put an end of a bottle in someone's neck. Hammers. Yeah, probably things like that.
Not scared of the consequences.
Didn't think of the consequences then. Didn't think of any consequence. I didn't. When you come out of prison, because what had happened was, my mum gave me a £200 postal order, and she says, "You're on your own now, Ben." So I was fucking homeless as soon as I come out of jail.
Yeah.
So the only way of making money is the only way I can make money, and that's what I know was drug dealing. So she didn't fucking help me in that sense, because when I got out of jail, I said to her, "I'm never going back to jail." Yeah, not that I didn't like it, it's that I just didn't want to go back. I wanted to concentrate on
moving forward.
And then she just put me in a really shitty position, because she gave me a £200 thingy and said, "There you go, you're on your own now." Gave me my clothes, and then I had to find a bed and breakfast, and I'm like, well, fucking thanks for the head start.
You gotta survive.
I've got to survive them, and no one is going to take on a black lad, 18, that's just come out of Stoke Heath in a white area. So don't care what anyone's saying to me at the job centre, you ain't gonna give me a fucking job. So I had to fucking sell drugs again.
Yeah.
So it just put me in a really piss poor position.
At what point did stuff start to slow down and change for you?
Twins being born.
How long ago was that?
2011.
Up until that point, you were still drug dealing.
Yeah. I was still selling drugs when I was with the twins' mum, for a bit, but only really small quantities of it.
How come you wanted to change?
For my boys, I wanted to be a father, because I didn't have one, so I wanted them to know that their dad was there. So I just sort of, I think it was subconsciously, like I was slowing down. Like I knew what I wanted, but it never come out in words. It just came out in my actions. And then I got a job like working at William Hill in the bookies, and I fucking loved it. Still go and meet the lads now and again on a Friday or a Saturday. I might not go to the football though on a Saturday. I might just fucking stay in the pub. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like little bits was slowing down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the breakup of the twins' mum just sent my fucking head west again. And then there was times where like I've said this in other podcasts about planning murders and all that, which never come off. I'm glad they didn't, because I wouldn't be sat here now, and my kids River wouldn't be born.
So this is the point. So the missus is pregnant. I need to get straight, I need to get clean, I need to be a good dad. You get a job, William Hill, you're loving it.
Yeah.
Then you break up with a baby mom.
Yeah.
Back down now.
Yeah. Women like, I know, this is nothing against women, but I think men, when they break up from a relationship with a female, it really fucking has a bad effect on the person. Maybe not all men, but the majority of men that I know have severely gone fucking downhill. Like one hung himself last year, one of my close friends. So yeah, it just crumbled again. And then remember the MCAT?
Yeah.
That started coming around.
It's when it was legal.
Yeah, so I started knocking that around. Started like knocking that about. Still working, but just wanted some extra money. And then it took a fucking very firm grip of me, that MCAT did. And I done things that I wish I didn't like I said, like the promiscuous side of me come out. I started fucking going swinging, doing fucking weird shit, and yeah, messed my head up. I think I was just wanted to self-destruct again, where I just didn't sort of like myself. Because I'm like, why the fuck am I actually breaking? Why am I losing my kids? Because like I couldn't see my kids. She would stop me from seeing my twins.
Yeah.
And we were still young, so that again, it was just having like beating my head against a brick wall. And I'm only 23. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like I had my head screwed on.
Yeah, still a kid.
Still a kid. So yeah, but like thank God, I've got a really good relationship with him now, and my daughter.
What about the plans to murder?
That was one of them was due to a relationship breakup. I was engaged to a childhood sweetheart, and I just come back from Corfu through drug dealing, and took her for 2 weeks, and come back and she was shagging one of the bouncers basically. She ended up literally a week or two later she was in a relationship with a bouncer. So I was meeting a few people, well, someone from Telford, a couple of people from Telford, and I had a strap sorted, and one of them was trying to talk me out of it, but I was determined to go ahead through it with it. But on the Wednesday we picked up drugs on a student night, and so we picked up a lot of drugs, pills, MDMA, coke. So when I wanted to plan to do it that night, I ended up being on a 7-day fucking bender. So my mum hadn't seen me. I think I went from, like, when I said about steroids and all that, I went from like 13.5 stone to like 9 stone in like 2 months. I was like a twig.
Yeah.
And mum was like, I can't deal with you in shoes with Ben, you're gonna have to fuck off. So she got me a ferry to Holyhead to Dundalk, and that's where my dad was waiting to be extradited back to this country. So I stayed with him for like 6 months, and then come back, and then nearly planned another murder. But he did get murdered, but that wasn't through me.
Yeah. So the plan to murder you, like for what you was planning, was that just out of jealousy?
Yeah. It was, no, because what it was is that I put everything into our relationship. 3.5, her house backed onto my mum's. Yeah, so I knew her from the age of like 6, 7. Yeah. So we used to hang around as kids. She was my first love, my childhood sweetheart, and I fell in love with her, and we got engaged, and she did that to me. So I don't think it was jealous. I was just fucking, like, I couldn't eat food for 3 months properly.
Was you going to kill them both, or
no,
just him?
Just him. Yeah, just him. I was more upset with her than anything. She broke my heart, like, proper. Well, you could see why. Well, she did. That's why I planned to do that. But the thing is, me and the lad now, we got on, like, we spoke. Because the one time when I found out that night that they were in the pub, my mate rang me, and I fucking went straight to the pub, went to the pub, 7 stars, went through the fire exit, and a massive blade on me. And I was hoping I was going to catch him in bed, but the landlord at the time, he fucking gripped me up and fucking told me to put the fucking knife down and shit like that. And so that sort of, I could never find him either as well. So, like, even though it's not a big town, not a lot of people would talk. So only a few people would let me know, and I'd always catch him at the wrong fucking time. I'd catch him after he's just left somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't driving, do you know what I mean? I had runners, so I'd always have to wait for a fucking runner to pick me up.
So how long was you in that headspace for?
Oh, well, until I left to Ireland. I come back from Ireland and probably done something I shouldn't have. I disrespected her, basically. I met her because I come back from Ireland, slept with her and said what goes around comes around, and then kicked her out the house. Because that was my only way of payback.
Yeah.
And that was it. After that, forgot about it, moved on, and that's obviously where I met my twins' mum, like a year or so after. But yeah, I was in a, like, me and her get on really well. Like, she's like we've grown, it's like 10, 15 years ago, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you grow up, don't you?
You grow up, she's a lovely girl, and he's alright. I say hello to him.
Yeah.
Things could have been a lot different if I had gone through with all of that.
With the twins' mum, you said at times she'd stop you from seeing the kids. How's that?
Have you got kids?
I've got 3 daughters.
Yeah, you said before. So if you've ever had it done to you, then you know how it feels.
I see. I'm blessed enough to never. I'm not with a baby mum.
Yeah.
I've been married twice, divorced twice.
Oh wow.
But I'm not with a baby mum. But no matter the issues me and her have had with each other, that's issues between me and her.
Yeah.
She's never ever once
Taken out.
Weaponise the kids against me, because like I've always said so many times, the only reason I'm alive is because of my girls.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they're my reason to live.
Yes.
But without them, I'm like, I'd rather be dead sometimes.
Yes.
But I know my kids need me, so that's enough for me to keep me going.
100%. Yeah.
So she'd never weaponise them against me. But I've got a close friend. He's got 7 kids.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was a good dad. He had a criminal record, can get used against him. Nothing to do with kids, harming anyone, anything, robbery. He broke up with his wife. You ain't seen the kids anymore. Then they go to social services and they go, look, he's got a criminal record, he's got this. And then it was during COVID then this happened. So then you had to wait for obviously the courts to open up again, and everything was backlogged. And all this time, he's allowed to see his kids now, but it was pushed back by 3 years, and like
it's a joke.
He had a 2-year-old at the time. His youngest was 2.
Yeah.
So he's not seen his 2-year-old for 3 years. Who's going to forget who he is?
Yeah.
And then for just in the end, just to go, you can now see your kids now. The mum's nothing's getting done to her for her punishing you using the kids as a weapon. She's fine. She's off scot-free. But you've just missed out on 3 years. Go fuck yourself.
That's why I missed out on 5 years of my twins' lives.
I don't get it. It baffles me for it to let it happen.
She used the excuse of what was going on with my past and my relationship, because there was domestic abuse in my relationships with my daughter's mum and with the twins' mum. She keeps saying it, but it never happened. There was domestic violence, but it was always on both sides. But because of my reputation of just being violent, that no one would see what she was doing to me.
Yeah, and you had your convictions.
And my convictions. Like, she was driving me insane to the point where I just wanted to fucking kill myself, and I didn't want to live. I couldn't see my boys. I'd cry every night, every single night. Like, because night time is when you get time to think, innit?
It's when your mind catches up,
Yeah. And I just prayed and begged to see him again, and it took 5 years, and for her to be fucking sound with me, and just like she's happy as Larry now with me, and it's just like the boys have missed out on 5 years because of a thing that happened between me and my ex, or my past and all that. Like, but I'm a good dad. I pay for my kids. That's all that should matter. That's all that should matter.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I've never put them in any danger. Do you know what I mean? I never put any of my children in any danger. My children are like, you send your children in your life, and that's the only reason why I'm living today. Because over COVID, I had a situation with my daughter. Didn't see her for 3 months. I was again taking loads of drugs, doing really weird and promiscuous shit again, and just trying to hang myself, overdosing on bloody medicine tablets or prescription tablets, trying to overdose on coke and anything, because every picture in my house is a picture of me and my kids, and I can't see them, and I'm fucking stuck here. And then I couldn't go down the road. I couldn't see her. I've always said, if my daughter was, I would never allow the same situation to happen with my twins for my boys. And it did for like 3 months, but it's never happened since. She's 7 now. Me and both mums get on really well now, and they can see what I'm doing. In the communities, they can see that the stuff that I'm trying to do to make sure that I leave a legacy for for my children. It's all
positive change.
Positive change, all for the kids. That's all I'm doing it for the children. I want to have a house, where my kids have got their own room, where I don't have to check my fucking bank balance every day, and I'm comfortable and I'm happy. That's all. That's all I ever ask for. I don't care about anything else, and that's all I want. It's not a lot to ask, is it?
I'm the exact same. All I want is time with my kids. I don't want to miss out on nothing.
No, it's true, man.
I don't want to miss out on stuff like you. In other circumstances, I missed out on time with my kids, and I don't take nothing for granted.
No, we don't.
I want to be involved with everything, and then the smallest stuff. Like I'm a passionate dad.
And any little thing that you miss out on, it's a trigger, isn't it?
Yeah. And like even now, like my youngest is 2. She turned 2 on Friday. And she's learning to talk, so she's trying to get a little vocabulary going, and she's like trying to say "love you," and straight away like I'll start crying. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Look at the state of me, but it's that's like, what my kids do to me.
Yeah, they do. Like my little baby, she's fucking hell. This weekend I've gone into a lot of money, like in terms of like, as soon as I have her, it's like I have to. Even though they say money's not everything, but I just like her to. I like her happy. I like taking her out places, and she wraps me around her little finger. Mm-hmm. But she knows. But she's very, very affectionate. She knows when I'm upset, and she'll leave me be. Yeah. And then she'll come and check on me. It's like she knows the timings, and she'll give me a hug, like when it's always at the right time. Do you know what I mean?
This is what gets me. So, me and you are both parents.
Yeah.
Like we've both said, we'd die for our children. If it wasn't for our children, we wouldn't be alive.
Yeah.
Then looking at your circumstances.
Yeah, no, with my parents.
How could they do the things they did to you?
I don't know, because I've a lot of people have asked me this question. This is where I questioned whether I was their biological child. Like a lot of these things I've always questioned, because when I look at I know I look like my dad, everyone says, but I just have a very weird, I don't know, my mum wasn't maternal, but I tried to find an excuse for her, but I can't.
Yeah.
So that is why I always question. That's why I've questioned since I was a child. Am I actually their kid?
Because they showed you so little.
Yeah, and even though like when my mum wasn't with him, I seen the love, but it's because it was so long ago. I can't remember it. I just know there was love there.
Yeah.
And then with my stepdad, he's my stepdad. He has no sort of ties to me. Do you know what I mean? So that he has, there's no reason for him to do what he's done, but he has no physical sort of connection to me, family connection. Sorry. So that's why I always question it, because my little brother, he got once he'd been hit, and I had to tell the school teachers that I did it. But that was the only time I ever seen anything of him, so I always question, well, am I your child? So I know my kids are my kids, and I know how much love and how much what I'd do. I'd fucking run through brick walls for them.
Yeah.
I just trying to find an excuse for my mum, and I can't. So she has to own it, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's stuff she has to live with.
Yeah, because I know one day it's going to happen where I'm going to get that phone call, and I'm going to have to be the fucking bigger man. Yeah, she's dying on her deathbed, and I'm going to have to fucking go to her, and it'll piss me off because she's dying and I've got to fucking
show sympathy.
Show sympathy. Yeah, and it's. I think that is like has been a bit of an itch, like a little thing in my head, because it will happen soon. She's like in her 60s. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but even then, you get that phone call, nothing's forcing you there.
No, I know, but I'd have to go. I wouldn't go for him, the sperm donor. I wouldn't go for him, but I'd go for my mum.
Yeah,
because I know I said I'm trying to find an excuse. I feel like she was just brought into an abusive
chaos,
and also I found out things that she was doing, which I can't talk because it's her business, but had an effect on the family in terms of relationships, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So she wasn't, she'd had her own shit going on with her and her partner at the time, her husband, which they were having obviously troubles in the home, and I was probably just the fucking punch bag.
Yeah, the brunt of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so going back to you then.
Yeah.
You broke up with the twins' mum. Go back there. Then you're back into it.
Yeah.
How are we getting out of it?
I joined the army.
No way.
Yeah.
Of all things, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. 7 years it took me.
Yeah.
Joined the armed forces. I joined the armed forces off my head as well. I'd been off my head for fucking 2 days. And when you do your barb test, they give you like a fucking list of who you can enrol with.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, fucking have that one. Yeah. And it's a fucking Royal Artillery, and I'm a Tottenham fan. Yeah. So I'm wearing a fucking gunner's cat badge. Yeah, I'm wearing a gunner's cat badge on my fucking head. And I'm like, I fucking shot myself in the foot. And my last 3 numbers are 666 as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, this ain't gonna last long. So I was there for 3 years. Involved. There was an involvement with a couple of knives again. The army, can't really talk about it, but there was stuff that was, I went AWOL a few times. Ed fell off. I got married and divorced within that time. Ed fell off because of the breakup of marriage. Again, can't talk on other people's businesses, but basically, who I thought was my friend isn't and wasn't my friend, and one of them had to pay the consequences for taking the piss out of me. I done my personal training qualifications. Done my driving lessons. I done all my GCSEs.
All in the army.
Yeah, Maths, English, ICT. Got level 2s. Done my telecom communications. Done my SI, badge of security stuff. Telecom communications where I can lay fibre optics and all that stuff. Done my driving. Didn't go on any tours. I missed a tour by a couple of months. Went away a fair few times. And then was diagnosed with epilepsy because of the shit that I had a fair few fights in the army. There's always fighting in the army. I got nicked. I was on an ABH charge in the army as well, but one of the captains had called me a nigger, and it was overheard in a kebab shop, so I dropped him, and because it's a captain, like, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But luckily in the kebab shop, loads of people heard him fucking say it, so the Royal Military Police kept me in there for 48 hours, and then could have gone to Colchester, but the charges got dropped. And then left the army, but I'd done a lot of work for Help for Heroes and Band of Brothers because they helped me an awful lot.
With leaving the army, you said you had epilepsy. Was that?
That was due to
medically discharged.
Yeah. Medically discharged. I had like 4 seizures I did in the space of like a month. One I was doing the PT. I was in the gym with the lads. Smashed my head off a fucking dumbbell. Just literally collapsed. Smashed my head off a dumbbell. Then I was on the phone to my mate Ploma, going to Spar shop. Apparently he said my fucking voice sounded weird. Smashed my head off one of them metal railings where you tie your dog around, and I was getting carried in with some Fijians into an ambulance, and then I had a seizure up in Belgium, and then I had another seizure in my room, and they were like, that's index, can't have you here now. So I was like, well, I've got all these qualifications now, what the fuck can I do with them?
How did you take getting discharged from the army? How was that for you?
I don't know, because that's where I tried rekindling a relationship with the sperm donor, and it didn't work out. I was wanting to have a relationship with him, so I on one hand, I was looking forward to like
exploring.
Yeah. And plus, I'm in fucking down south. Yeah, I'm fucking 4 hours away. Like, my kids lived in Hereford. My daughter wasn't born then, but like I'm like 4 hours away from anywhere to get anywhere. Even driving to Hereford took me 2-3 hours to go and see the boys. Excuse me. So if I'm moving back to Shrewsbury or Telford, it's only an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So I think I just wanted to be close, logistically close, and try and form a relationship with him. But it all went to shit.
At this point as well for the army, off all the drugs.
Yeah. They tried fucking getting me for drugs in the army loads of times because the MCAT was still around and it was legal.
Yeah.
So they didn't have that on the piss test. But they kept trying to fucking, the amount of piss tests I had, and I was like, you're not fucking, because they knew that I was getting discharged with a payout.
Yeah.
So they were just trying to catch me at any point so they didn't have to pay out to me. Well, fuck you, you did, and you paid out to me. But I just wanted to repay certain people in the armed forces, because I'm classed as a veteran and I don't like it. I only class veterans as people that have been to war, but I was ready to go to war. It wasn't. I prepared to go. I was going to go. But I went to Tedworth House to do a lot of my resettlement stuff. So that's where all the injured soldiers go with the missing limbs and stuff. And I just met some fantastic people there, and then got introduced to the Prince's Trust. And I got a job thanks to Help for Heroes, and they got me a full-time job seconded as a team leader for the Prince's Trust, and that was my sort of journey into youth
Helping
work.
others.
Helping others, yeah. I knew when I was coming out that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure I'm helping other people now. Because I was fed up with, I've done a lot of damage to people's families, communities, my own family, do you know what I mean, my kids and that. So the only thing I could think of is pay back to the community somehow. And since I left, which is 2016, I've been doing it now for 10 years.
Tell me about the work you've been doing.
So I mentor young people that are involved or on the periphery of gangs, knife crime, domestic abuse in home, racial abuse. I've just come from, done some work at the Really Neat Project the other day. There's kids that are young kids that are involved in big gangs in Dudley and stuff like that, but they were down in Telford, so I'm trying to mentor them and trying to be there. I can't wave a magic wand and just say that every kid I work with doesn't end up getting involved in stuff. But what I do try and do is make sure that they have a positive role model there, or someone that they know that they can speak to, or if some have turned their lives around. I was mentoring a Bulgarian lad that was going to the Shrewsbury Town, football lad. Yeah, so he was only 13. Yeah. So I had a lot of similarities to
stuff in common,
because of the self-identity thing. And I was working with him for 2 years up until he went year 11, and he stopped going now. So I know that I've had some sort of
positive impact.
Positive effect.
Yeah.
I bump into quite a few kids that in the streets that give me a hug and say thank you, and one of the kids that I looked after from the age of 14, he's now 24. I'm godfather to a son, do you know what I mean? And I've just looked after him.
How does it make you feel helping others now though?
Everyone keeps saying this, I don't know.
Especially because everything you've been through, you've been no good your whole life.
I think hearing off people is it's like a validation that I'm doing well and I'm helping.
Motivate you.
But I don't have any feeling. It's because like I said, my feelings have so desensitized in terms of emotionally. I don't really know how to feel about it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but then I was diagnosed with ASD and ADHD like later in life. 217 was autism, ASD, and last 223 was ADHD, and then last year was my eating disorder. So I've got a lot of like neurological things going on in my brain, so that's probably why I don't have the emotional side to me as much. Like I cry now and again, I think, but like in terms of like knowing happiness is a really, really weird.
But is that, I mean, this is me looking in on it, you desensitised because of everything you've gone through, and you not enjoying happiness because you feel like you don't deserve it?
Yeah, probably. I think that one is probably more, you hit the nail on the head there. I feel
you don't deserve it, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I don't deserve it a lot of the time. But people are telling me I deserve it, and so, and like my mate Drew says, you've got to take your flowers, Ben.
Yeah.
So I've got to, haven't I? But I just probably until like I said, until I have that house, yeah, that my kids have got their own room, and I've left. There's that book on that shelf where the kids or the grandkids or whatever can say that's granddad or that's what dad, and they can put me on TV, listen to these things. Then I know I've left a positive legacy, and I've left them something that someone will always remember their dad or granddad by. Not being left, not a legacy left by shit like some people leave their kids in.
Yeah. Tell us about the upcoming documentary.
Right, so the trailer's been done. It's by Sean O'Halloran. He has worked with, he does the true crime stuff. He's worked on like Netflix, Paramount, Sky. He's the director, one of the producers for BBC. So I can't quite tell you what the documentary is going to be called, yeah. But we've filmed the trailer, and then we're hoping, and fingers crossed, all being well, we can start filming for the documentary next year.
It's about your life.
About my life, and then hopefully by the end of the summer next year, I'm hoping we are going to go to like the film festivals, and then the good thing is the lad that's doing it with me, Sean, he's involved already with like these types of like BBC and Netflix and all that, so we've got a very good chance.
Got your foot in the door already.
Got the foot in the door already for hopefully it turned into like I want it to be a film, and then once my film's done, then I can relax then, because I know that's what I've always wanted. I wanted a book documentary film, and then obviously whatever comes out after it comes out after, and then in 2 weeks time I've got an award ceremony, so I've been nominated for an award, finalist. Fucking never been given an award before, except for like, do you remember when you used to get runner up? So that's the only award I got. So I'm hoping this award that I get is the award, and it's in Shrewsbury as well, this award ceremony, and they're for a London-based award thing. So I feel like
meant to be.
It's got to be, yeah. But I just don't want to. This is the only thing I'm like fingers crossed at. I don't usually have fingers crossed about most things, but
Sorry, mate. Did you ever think all them years ago, prison, the violence, you'd be where you're at today?
No, not a chance. That song Coolio, Gangster's Paradise, when he says about being dead at 23, yeah, I always used to think that's around the age where I was going to die. Yeah, 23 or 24. So when I got to 30, I can remember thinking, fucking hell, I'm not dead yet, touch wood. But like, I never thought I was going to get here, whether it is due to someone else, whether it's due to my own doings. I never thought that I'd get here. So I need to I want to see my daughter getting married. I want to see my twins getting married. I want to see that, even though I don't want my daughter to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
But like, I just want to be able to see,
watch their happiness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's gonna have bumps in the road and stuff, but I'm here for it, and I know that they've got a dad that's been through fucking the mill, that can sort of, whenever they go through the really shit times, they can come to me because they know that I've got all the tools in the box.
Nothing's going to shock you.
Nothing's going to shock me.
Yeah.
No.
So I know you've spoke about it briefly, and I've left it till the end. Mental health.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah, mental health. One of them.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I've left it till the end.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do too many topics all at one time.
No, that's alright, mate.
But obviously, mental health's the biggest killer in men under the age of 55.
Yeah.
We're the biggest threat to us is ourselves.
Yeah.
And you've tried to kill yourself. I've tried to kill myself.
Mm-hmm.
We're still here today.
Yeah.
Tell me your story with her.
God. So it. Fucking, where do I start?
I've got one for you.
Go on.
You were self-harming when you was younger. Did that continue?
No, it stopped. I did it for about a year or so.
Okay.
And then stopped. But I think within that year, I think that's when I started taking my frustrations out. I was taking my frustrations out on myself.
And to other people.
And then ended up going on to other people. And then I started self-harming again about 2 years ago. But that was a big one. I fucking fuck off kitchen knife. And then I rang my daughter's mum. And then they took me to the hospital. And I had all the mental health people around me. And then I think that's where they were looking into about me having complex trauma disorder.
You know what's sad though? The fact you have to try and kill yourself to get told that.
I know, yeah. They'll go through all the paperwork and I'm like, well, you fucking had all this paperwork anyway. Like, all these late diagnoses as well as stuff. It's really had an effect. I think, when they say to you, when you get diagnosed with things, they always say, what do you need to know now, sort of thing. And at first I thought, oh, because it can settle me then, because I know what's going on.
How to manage yourself.
But it's not. It's made it worse. Because I know my triggers now, and I can't. Well, I don't know my triggers, but when they happen, I get really frustrated because it's like, fucking, that's why. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm very very reactional. I'll react just like that. So yeah, the knife one, and then tablets, and then she caught me hanging myself. And then the belt. I think I've probably tried doing it about 4 or 5 times. And I think every time it gets a bit closer. Do you know what I mean? I think every time gets that one bit closer to it'll fucking happen.
Do you always feel afterwards you're glad you didn't die?
Don't know, I don't even know how I feel after. I literally just carry on as normal again. Like, I forget about it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know whether that's because I'm very used to putting stuff to the back and just cracking on.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
I haven't tried to. I've had thoughts, but I haven't tried to kill myself in a long time. The thoughts now. Last time I thought it, I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. The fact I know I'm thinking that, and I'm saying it out loud. No, means I don't actually want to do it, but my head's just trying to take control of me. So I got rid of all my medication out of the house, and then now what? I ain't got the ball to hang myself or nothing like that. My thing would have been overdose. That's how I've tried to do it in the past. So now if everything's gone, I can't really do nothing, and I'm glad, because if I kill myself, all I'm doing is putting the trauma to my girls.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I don't want to kill myself again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
so going off what you just said then, I do. I crack on as normal, but then when I have my daughter around at the weekend, I realise what the fuck am I doing? But then I think sometimes mine's always when shit hits the fan with me, like when there's too much that have just gone on, too much build up of stuff that has gone on that doesn't get communicated or doesn't. I'm a very big believer of communication. Fucking me saying that's a mad thing, but I need to be communicated to. I need to know black and white. I need to because I can't deal with non-verbal communication because it just doesn't. It creates a lot of
doubt because you don't know how to process it. You don't know if it's
exactly
meant to be interpreted the way you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of my friends now definitely know that know that communication for me is like they'll speak to me or that I reach out to them if I need them and stuff. But yeah, the more I look at my little daughter's face, the more I realise like she needs me here because she'll be fucking like I'll be lost without her, and I know the same would happen with her. Like we're like best friends. So yeah, but then when you get to that stage of having them thoughts and trying to take action and that, sometimes I find my brain is a very powerful thing.
It can take over, and sometimes you think they're going to be better off without me.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, they're better off without me. I'm fucking up and down like a fucking roller coaster. Do you know what I mean? Emotionally. So that's what I think. They need someone stable that's mentally stable.
Yeah.
But I'm probably more mental stable than I fucking have been in years, really, thinking about it, in terms of the stuff that I've gone through. I don't think a lot of people would have been able to cope.
How do you keep your head on day to day now?
Going to the gym, even though I haven't been for like fucking 10 days. Eating well. I do like my bit of shit food, and my bit of shit food has lasted for about 10 days now. But I love watching YouTube, bro. I will sit and put YouTube on, and I'll have like a list of stuff that I've saved to watch later. I watch a lot of YouTube podcasts. I've gone off music more than ever as I've got older. I don't know whether you found that.
But no, I love music.
Do you? I feel like even though I do love music, I've just gone off it more. And but I use like podcasts and watching YouTubers. I literally, you put me something I'm interested on and it's got an hour and 41 minutes, I'm fucking on it. Do you know what I mean? I watched The Overlap with Gary Neville and
just occupies your mind.
Anything to occupy my mind that's got some sort of. I can't watch anything negative. Like I do. Like I watch. Like I like my true crime stuff, but I like to watch just like stuff that is very just easy watching. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To take yourself away from everything going on that you see in the world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything that keeps popping up on my phone with stuff in other countries, in this country, it's just like negativity, and so that's why I just put on the fucking Sidemen, or I'll watch bloody the Beta Squad or whatever, and something just easy to watch. Do you know what I mean?
I think what helps me is routine.
Yeah, I need routine.
My missus helps me with my calendar. Because she knows how much routine means to me, especially now with the podcast. Like I've got my business, I've got my kids. Like I'm very busy, especially around the boxing as well when I'm doing that. So like 2 months in advance, I've got my diary good to go. Apart from what days which I can fill out with podcasts or whatever, but like I know what days I've got my kids sleeping over, what days I'm going gym. I know everything. But like if I'm meant to be in the gym at 8-9 a.m, it's now 11. I'm not in the gym. Like I'm like, my day's fucked. I need to go home. I need to go to bed. Honestly, stay in my bedroom today because the world's testing me today. And it's fucking hell. It's gone to the gym 3 hours. Like, calm down. But in my head, it's the end of the world.
Yeah, no, I get it. I have to have routine. I've got my calendar. I've got my work phone, and I've got this one. Sometimes I've like double booked and something. Yeah. And don't realise, and I'm like, fuck! I fucked everything out for the day now. Someone's going to hate me when I'm going to talk to them. I don't want to speak to anyone.
Yeah.
If I don't, I need to have the gym. The gym for me, I love going to the gym. I'd seem to have really random times of where, like when I train at my best. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes I will train fucking amazing in the morning, and then I'll go a few days later in the morning and I'm like fucking shit, and I'm like, but then I'll train really well in the afternoons.
I'm an early bird, mate.
Yeah.
After my breakfast, straight to the gym.
Oh, is it? Yeah. But I'm going to the gym tomorrow.
Tomorrow never comes.
Yeah, I know.
Tomorrow never comes.
No, but I do
Go to the gym tonight.
But yeah, routine for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of that's due to like possibly having been incarcerated and then being in the armed forces as well.
Obviously, bang up, unlock off 7.
Yeah.
Off the wing for A, all that jazz.
Yeah. And then obviously in the army as well, you've got another 3-4 years of like rigid routine and stuff. My mum fucking is proper anal when it comes down to like having everything in order and routine.
Yeah.
So it's just rubbed off on me. I like it. I like the routine. I like to have OCD.
I feel lost without my routine. I feel like I ain't got purpose.
Yeah, no, I get it. I've got a glass mirrored wardrobe, and I'm thinking about it whilst I'm talking to you because the fucking shelf's falling off it, and I've got a load of fucking clothes on the floor. And it's doing my head in the back of my head. You can imagine what it's like though, innit? Because you're just thinking my fucking whole house is a mess now.
Yeah.
So as soon as I do my fucking shelf, I'll have to clean the whole fucking house. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah.
So with the mental health, why do you think men ain't talking?
Why?
Yeah, because you find it like. Even you look at older men, like they're sat in the pub on their own, drinking on their own, and you probably think they're fucking lonely. They're probably miserable.
They might be miserable, but they might not be miserable.
Of course. And then, why don't you try to talk when you've tried to top yourself?
I know people say about the stigma of it being men, but I just think it's generally been built into us, hasn't it? Like I think we're always concerned about, because men are always persecuted for everything. Like we're in the domestic violence stuff, like the stuff that happens, not seeing your kids and shit. Men are, I feel like we are very much frowned upon in society and looked down upon.
A bad guy.
As a bad guy. So we just generally fucking put up and shut up. And I think a lot of it's down to that and break up of marriages or relationships.
Yeah. I've said a few times, like, when you're younger, you're with the boys, you're having fun.
Yeah.
Life's easy, and then when you get older, everyone drifts apart, everyone gets around families, kids, careers, whatever else. And then when you need help, you look around, you haven't really got... you could probably call someone and they'd pick up, but in your own head, you actually ain't got anybody that close.
Yeah.
I think isolation's a big thing.
It is, yeah. I go through my phone book, I do, even though I know exactly who I can call, but I just think, they're probably busy anyway, they probably won't want to fucking hear what I've got to talk about. Yeah, burden, yeah. I talk to my cat. I've got a cat. And I don't think the boy, my twins, they're like 16 soon, so they check in on me.
Yeah.
But I don't want to speak to my children. I don't think.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, they might be at an age where they would like to hear me talk to them about stuff, but I'm trying to protect them.
Shouldn't have to worry your kids.
No, shouldn't have to worry them. 100%. So I definitely, it's isolation, and because I live by myself with my cat. Yeah. Like, I'm isolated then.
That's what I mean, like, you're isolated, you might want to talk to somebody. You find one of the boys will be like, you want to go for a drink, you want to get to the pub? No, I don't want to do that, because then I'm 15 beers deep and then I've got an issue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, what else can I do? I ain't going to go for a coffee with you.
No.
Do you know, it's a bit suspect. And...
Yeah, it is, very suspect, yeah.
So, you're very restricted.
Yeah. The only option you've got is going to the pub. Yeah, and going to the pub.
And that's an issue for a lot of men.
Yeah.
That's an issue.
Yeah.
Because a few lads, as soon as they've got a few drinks down the neck, then he's onto the packets.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're out for 2 days. And
and then you're going through that same fucking motion again with your brain, getting mental health shit again, and then feeling like you just want to fucking chuck yourself off a bridge. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I think, I know they're doing a lot. They've been doing a lot of walks, and I'm fed up with seeing all these hikes all the time. Like I know it's good, but I feel like everyone's doing it. I'd like to let's do something different. But if it works, it works. Do you know what I mean? But I know they're doing a lot of these stuff in Telford and Shrewsbury. They're doing like a lot of stuff for men's mental health, doing a lot of like walks and hikes and all that. But again, you could be growing with a group of 40, 50 lads, you don't even know them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of them you probably have got a bit of a past with them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've looked at pictures to see, I wouldn't mind going, fucking don't get on with him or him. So then that's secluded me again.
You know what's sad about it? You've got all these hikes and these walks set up, and they're all set up by just your normal person.
Yeah.
And it's not the government setting anything up to help
No,
anyone.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the thing is, where these things aren't getting funded, then they're not putting any money into it either.
No, not at all. Like, back when I was like 14, 15 and I started trying to get help, if everything was going on in my head, there was a lack of understanding and knowledge.
Yeah.
That's okay. But nowadays, there's more understanding and knowledge, but no funding to help me.
Yeah.
It's like, sounds, we know exactly what's wrong with you. You have been through some trauma.
Yeah.
Let's get you some help during the 6-month waiting list.
Yeah.
Sounds.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I might not even survive 24 hours, never mind 6
I know,
months.
I know. I've been on doctor's wait. I've been having therapy since 2014, so 11 years now. It's never been the right sort of therapy because I always seem to do the wrong sort of therapy. I had one good sort of therapy, but yeah, the waiting list. I'm off one waiting list onto another waiting list, and all these hikes and walks are all people that are like they're putting their own money into their own shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like the stuff that I do, the work that I do. Not like I have to do it off my own back. It's not supported by anyone.
Exactly, which is a shame.
Yeah.
What would you say to anyone struggling?
Reach out, definitely. 100% reach out, because I know exactly how it feels not reaching out, because I've been through some dark times of stuff that has gone on in my head, and we've all got a best mate somewhere, and we've all got a friend or a family member. I'm fortunate to have friends that I class as my family, so I can speak to them. Sometimes it might not work. Sometimes it will work, but to definitely start with reaching out to someone, because I've lost too many friends over the past few years, and they haven't reached out.
Yeah.
They've just left a note at the end, like when they've done after they've done it, or before they've just done it. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that if they had just rang or communicated beforehand, we wouldn't be. They possibly might not be in this situation.
Yeah. It's a shame what us as men put ourselves through.
Yeah.
The shit goes on in our heads.
They are now. Well, we die younger, don't we? In like men die before women. Like it's a fact, isn't it?
Yeah. But like I says, mate, the biggest killer in men under the age of 55 is ourselves.
Yeah.
Which is
mad,
it's a sad statistic.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're your own worst enemy.
Yeah. The biggest threat to me is me.
Yeah, exactly. It's not someone out on the streets, it's yourself.
Yeah. Well, mate, last question, what I'd love to finish on.
Yeah.
You today
Yeah.
can go back in time to 13-year-old you.
Yeah.
What would you say to yourself?
Get your mum to move you out of Shrewsbury.
Yeah.
What would I say to myself? Jesus. I've had these sort of relatively similar questions asked before. Listen to your nan and granddad, because they're there to protect you, and they want only what's best for you. And I would seriously consider living with them full time, and just listen to them, because I think if I listened to my nan and granddad, and I stayed with them and not sofa surfed from one house to another, and I just stuck with my nan and granddad, I think I would be in a far different place than I am now, or was then, definitely.
Yeah.
Because they were my rock. They were my angels. Like,
yeah. Different kind of respect in it you show old people.
Yeah, and I think this is what we have problems with the younger generation. When I'd done all my shit with the football, with the estates and all that, the elders, you always respect your elders, unless they disrespect you, and then that's when you sort of things change. But yeah, I've always had respect for the elderly.
Yeah.
Always. Sometimes I didn't respect my nan and granddad, but I class them as my mum and dad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That has been just a rebellious you.
Yeah,
at that age, knowing best.
Yeah.
Well, mate, anything to finish on?
No, thank you for having me
No,
on.
mate, I appreciate you coming here today, sharing your story. It's been a good one.
No worries, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to From Rock Bottom. If this episode spoke to you, please subscribe, like and share. It really helps us keep doing this work and bringing these stories to light. You can also follow us on social media for updates, behind the scenes content and ways to get involved in the conversation. Most importantly, if you're struggling right now, please don't suffer in silence. Reach out, talk to someone, seek support. You are not alone, and you are absolutely worth life. Take care, keep fighting, and we'll see you in the next episode.